watching NotesIn9.
Hello, and welcome to NotesIn9. I'm David Leedy. Episode 128, Fixing X Pages URL Problems. Hockey season starts. Let's go Flyers. Okay, before we get into the show, just a couple quick things on additional NotesIn9 resources. I've got my website, NotesIn9.com, index.notesin9.com, which is also sometimes called xpages.tv, is kind of a way to find certain episodes. There's also the cheat sheet, which we're going to talk about in today's show, actually. The cheat sheet.notesin9.com, where you can download certain cheat sheets on X Pages, and it has this online URL cheat sheet, which we're going to talk about that in the demo as well, and some other resources there. In the community, we've got xpages.info and OpenNTF, of course. Collaboration Today is a good site for news, and Stack Overflow. I haven't updated this in a while. I'm sure we're well past 1,300 questions. The XPages forum is getting more active, I believe, and there's some stuff on Google+. For paid resources, there's xpages101.net by Matt White, tlcc.com. That's a great site to visit because they run a lot of webinars as well too. So they sell training material and there's webinars. And also, it's fairly easy, I think, to engage a mentor. A lot of the people who've come on the show are consultants and would be happy to work on your problems with you for a reasonably fair price, I'm sure. So you always have that option. Okay, in today's demo, I'm basically just going to show you a problem that I had with my website, xpagescheatsheet.com, and how I went to fix it. So, that being said, let's go to the demo. Okay, so here's the issue. And I apologize. I wanted to actually show the problem and show the fix live, but the fix got to be a little more involved than I thought it was going to be, so I couldn't do it live. And now it's fixed, and I don't want to re-break it. So I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. So this is my site, xpagescheatsheet.com. And what was going on is, prior to me doing anything, if you came into the site and you did if your URL looked like this, as in you just typed it in and you clicked download one of these cheat sheets, which are for your use, then it would work fine, right? There would be no problems. But what would happen is if you had your URL showing the actual name of the database and the page, then the download link would not work. It would just error out. And the reason why that can happen in your XPages applications, this can also happen if you're not careful when you're doing like stuff with resources like Bootstrap and things like that, can get a little tricky. Finding the the right pass when you're doing this referential or relational or whatever it's called, URL handling. So I ended up having to do two things to fix my problem. I thought I was only going to have to do one, but I did have to go a little further. So let's look and see what I did. The first thing that I did, which is what I thought would be all that I needed, is I created a new page called Start. And this is a fairly common solution here. I think Mark Rodin told me about this the very first time, and I thought, oh gosh, that's brilliant. So in Start, in the before page load, you can simply put a redirector to home.exp or whatever page, and then that will force, you hit this, it'll force this stuff to appear then. And it's pretty quick and it's pretty harmless, and that does fix a lot of the problems. However, my problem got a little more involved because of, I think, just some of the fancy stuff that I'm trying to do with this download link. So one of the things I'm trying to do with these downloads is I've got two links here. One is being hidden, and I can probably delete it. This one I'm just a little scared to. But if we look at this link, this is the actual one that is visible. Is I actually did have to go in and grab out the page name to get the base URL. So var base equals context.getURL.toString, and then split out the current page name, which is view page name here, and then get like this first element or so. I didn't come up with that myself. I got that from somewhere, and then I'm adding base to the new link of slash get the universal ID, and then get the file from the notes document, etc. and then I return that URL. And what I'm really doing here is I'm going through an agent to do this because I'm just trying to count the downloads, to track and see how many times a file has been downloaded. And that this thing was done on a previous Notes9 at some point. So I did have to actually do a little code to get the URL without the page name. And well, how do you do that? I've got this little X Pages URL cheat sheet here, and somewhere down here is so you can see this has the URL.xsp. This one doesn't. So this is just like a little attempt at a live example. So I basically use this code to get the URL without the page name. So there's a lot of URL based hints on this little online cheat sheet that you can use for your own stuff. And there's other stuff down here. And eventually this will get prettied up. So that's what happened there with Xpage's cheat sheet. Apparently now it's been going on for a long time that the downloads did not work if there were if this part of the URL existed. So I do want to thank Brian Moore for reporting that to me. And if anyone else has had a problem, you could have done that too. So I'm always happy to listen and try to help out where I can. So there you have it. And that's the demo. If you have any questions for me, here's my contact information, and I thank you for your time.